Civilian volunteers testing their skills at a military training ground in Warsaw. Teams from across Poland came to compete in endurance, fitness and combat drills. With the war in Ukraine to the south and fears over Russia's ambitions elsewhere, membership of paramilitary defence groups here is soaring. Up until pretty recently, these would have been small numbers of primarily weekend hobbyists. But increasingly, as people here see what's happening in Ukraine, they're starting to see groups like these as a way of contributing to their national security.
The Ukraine is our neighbour, so I think the Polish people need some impact to feel more confident this time.
Hubert is an architect. He used to take part in Napoleonic battle reenactments, but now he wants to know how to fight for real.
This is the history, but given the Ukrainian war is 1,000 kilometers from us, I decided to learn how to fight. So I have to switch from the horses and sword fighting to things that are useful today in this army.
In northern Poland, we met the Strelets, or riflemen, one of the country's oldest paramilitary groups. The Strelets fought as partisans under Nazi German occupation. Now their numbers are growing once again.
I think everybody who has clear mind in Europe knows the war is true possibility, especially in Poland.
The national authorities once kept their distance from groups like these. Now they're talking about training them, harnessing groups that could be used for military manoeuvres.
Thank you very much. May we ask you
Poland's defence minister told us his country is facing its greatest security crisis since the end of the Cold War.
We can see that Russia is going in the direction of restoring the influence it had at the time of the Soviet Union. If that is the case, then the situation is not over by any means with Crimea, and it will move on to the territories of other countries that will either be targeted by aggression or by some other measures taken by the Russian Federation. So we have to be ready.
Logically, an attack on Poland, a permanent NATO member, remains highly unlikely. But it doesn't feel quite as unthinkable to people here. This man says history shows us what neighbours can do. Katie Stallard, Sky News, Poland.